Hey there, and today we're in a different location because basically, well, the light in the living room's gone and I haven't got a bulb yet to fix it. So, it's a Sunday, I don't really feel like going out. But I wanted to do something a little bit different. I did a tour of my room kind of recently, like my downstairs area, and I wanted to basically give somebody asked to take some DVDs and kind of like give some suggestions, show some stuff a little bit at a time. Um, so I decided that's what I do. Every once in a while, I'm going to take a few movies. I'm going to showcase them, do like a shorter video than I normally do, and just quickly go through some recommendations, some suggestions that come straight out of my movie closet, literally. So I guess it comes from the closet would be a good name for this. And I got 5 recommendations tonight. Of course, a lot of these that you guys have seen. If you haven't seen them, I really strongly, well, just see how I recommend these as we go through. First up is Cold Prey 2. I'm assuming you've seen Cold Prey. I guess more commonly known by my Swedish friend says Fritt Vilt. And it's a fantastic film. It is better than the original. Actually, it is twice as good as the original film. And normally that's what you want to see with a sequel, but you rarely ever see with a sequel. This one was put out by Shout Factory. Sadly, it is a bare bones one, but it is a fantastic DVD, and I love the way it shows the kind of like the wasteland there. It's an incredible film. If you haven't seen this, it's a great slasher film, fantastic horror film. Highly, highly recommend it, and it was one of those surprise sleeper hits for me. I remember watching Cold Prey, then hearing about Cold Prey 2. I was unsure, but you know what? Really surprised in a good way. Next up is something that's in the cheesy factor. So remember, this next one is not recommended as being a great film or even a good film. It's recommended as being a cheesy, fun film. That will be a movie called WrestleManiac. This was put out by Anchor Bay. It's got an audio commentary on it, which I've never bothered to listen to, which I probably should. Wrestling the Maniac, behind the scenes of WrestleManiac, and some trailers. So there's not a lot of stuff on this here. WrestleManiac is a film that stars Rey Mysterio, but not the Rey Mysterio you're thinking of. It would be Rey Mysterio Jr.'s uncle, the original Rey Mysterio. And we have the girl, actually another girl here that actually would go into wrestling. I'm not sure she was in wrestling at the time. Layla Milani. I don't watch a lot of the wrestling nowadays, so I'm not quite sure who she is. But I know that this movie has a ton of nudity and cheesy violence. And WrestleManiac it's just a fun film. Once you put on, you kind of like let your brain rest. Next up is, well, obviously I'm going to a Comic-Con sometime soon, so I thought a good thing to revisit is a documentary that I watched a few times already that I actually really enjoyed, and it gives you kind of the feeling of the Comic-Con, and that is Comic-Con Episode 4 of Fans Hope. And it is a really cool documentary on the Comic-Con, actually the big one, San Diego, which I hopefully am going to get to one year. There's got the DVD here has some great extended interviews with Stan Lee, Joss Whedon, Kevin Smith, Ellen Page, Harry Knowles, of course, who does News, what's he do? He's the anyway, whatever, and others. Behind the scenes featurettes and deleted scenes. And again, it's just the DVD version here. I've been meaning to pick up the Blu-ray down the road because I really do like this film. I'm a really big fan of documentaries, and it's hard to find documentaries that I don't have. But when I do find ones, I love them. I'm a really huge documentary fan, especially this type of stuff, media documentaries especially. And this was just a really fun movie. Next up is one that I found completely by accident, and it was a really fun, cheesy film. Amusement. I really kind of dug this film. I got to say, I really dug this film. It's an anthology film, and if you know me and you know my channel, you know I'm a huge fan of anthology horror. And this one here's got some pretty cool stuff. I got to say, the acting overall is pretty good. The second story, especially the one about the babysitter, is really well done, and the wraparound's actually fairly decent for a change. Usually a lot of the anthology films fall apart in the wraparound story. I find that this one actually kept up with the wraparound. Actually, it was a pretty damn good story on its own. Bit of different aspects here. We got some slasher stuff, we got some revenge stuff. I really enjoyed this. Apparently it's written by the guy that wrote The Hitcher. I'm not sure if it's the new one or the old one, but either way, he did a great job. This, and Amusement is a pretty incredible film. All it has on it is basically a full screen or widescreen. But as you know, that creepy clown Actually has a really big part in the film. Really enjoyed this movie. Highly recommend it. Then again, I like anthology films. So next up is the cheesy one. If you're a fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000, and I know for sure that one guy that's going to be watching this video is, and that'll be obviously Nathan from Blu-ray Anonymous, or Nathan Richardson, his other channel. Now, after Mystery Science Theater ended, after a while they would go on and well, one crew, the newer crew, would do riff tracks. That would be Mike and Kevin and Bill. But there would be another group that would do Cinematic Titanic. That would be the original guys, like Joel and you know, and the original Doctor, or stuff like that. All those guys. I can't believe I'm blanking on the names right now, but I actually am. But before that, they actually made Mike, Bill, and Mike Nelson, Kevin Murphy, and Bill Corbett actually made 4 films that I was hoping they would keep doing under a banner called The Film Crew. And basically they give crazy audio commentaries to movies that need it. It's Mystery Science Theater basically, without the in space thing. And it is fantastic. And one of my favorites, if not my favorite, of the Mystery Science Theater ones that the Mystery Science Theater, the Film Crew ones that they did, is the Wild Women of Wango. There are only 4 of these out, guys, so if you can actually grab these up, these are Shout Factory editions. Strong, I got highly recommend it. It's fantastic. Wild Women of Wango was a very cheesy movie, you know, not a good movie by any stretch of the imagination, but as always, Shout Factory goes the extra mile with their packaging. And it's just a great film. The other ones that came out, by the way, were Hollywood After Dark, Killers from Space, and there's another one. Anyway, I can't remember what the other one is right now. So I know I watched all 4 of them. Unfortunately, where I live, this is the only one that I can get to own. I probably can buy it online. Not sure how much these things cost now, but probably not that much. Anyway, Film Crew. If you love Mystery Science Theater, you will love the Film Crew without a doubt. Wild Women of Wango, this should be your initiation into it. It is fantastic. So, that's been my films from the movie closet. Recommendations, everything from horror to cheesy to documentary to anthology to crazy comedy. Hope you enjoyed that. Right now I'm going to go, since I'm in the kitchen, do what I usually do when I'm in the kitchen. Grab some tea. For me right now it's time for tea.